Welcome back. Right now, we are joined by the ultra talented Indi Star, actress, dancer, model, singer, and much, much more. Indi, thanks so much for joining us today from California. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing very well, and I'm excited to talk with you. And it's hard to even know where to start because you are doing so many things. You're so busy, but it's a really exciting time for you. So what are you focusing on right now?
Right now, I am actually focusing on a lot of my music. So I've been going to the studio a lot and also auditions, like a lot of auditions, which is super exciting. And I just came out with my new single, Exposed. So I'm really excited about that.
That is, congratulations with your new single. So what is happening? You're releasing new music. What else do you want people to know about your music? It's actually, I just listened to Expose. It's a beautiful song.
Thank you so much. So I started making music like when I was 11, but like on my own. I started like around 2 years ago. And it's kind of been like more not I don't want to say kiddish music, but now I feel like I've matured in the way that I sing and the way that I write and stuff. So it's more like personal songs, like more like vulnerable songs, kind of like that. So I'm really excited for more of it to come out and for people to see my more matured version of singing.
Is it fair to say maybe you're turning a page, you're starting a whole new sound? This is a new you. Does that make you kind of nervous though?
Yeah, it does, because all of my followers that followed me, they know like a different version of me, kind of, because they loved like a bunch of my songs. So I was kind of like, I don't know how they're going to react to my new songs, but they actually really are super supportive. I call them my stars, and they're super supportive with me, and they literally love my songs so much. So I'm so happy about that.
Well, they absolutely should, because as I mentioned, they are beautiful songs.
Thank
And
you.
it's really brave of you to step out from where you were comfortable and come
Mhm.
into this new sound. What made you decide to do that? Or is that just how life has shifted throughout the pandemic and where you found yourself?
Yeah, so I used to do a bunch of YouTube videos with like a lot of like different creators and stuff, and it was more like challenges and stuff like that. But then I decided that I wanted to be more of a singer and like taken more seriously as a singer. And I felt like I wasn't going to be taken more seriously if I keep doing like these fun challenges and stuff. They're super entertaining to watch, but I kind of wanted to go more of like the singer route than a YouTuber. Not that it's bad to be a YouTuber, just for me personally.
Well, I'm inspired by your courage. I mentioned how busy you are. You're not just releasing songs, you also have many other projects. You're an actress, among other things. So, what else are you working on right now?
Yeah, so I actually have a new movie coming out next year in February, and I worked on it, I'd say 2 or 3 years ago. I think it's going to be 3 years in February of 2022. So I'm so excited to watch it, and I'm a superhero in it, and it's actually called The Hyperions. So I'm super excited for people to also see it. And yeah.
That is exciting, a superhero, and that's going to be here before you know it. You've also
Mhm.
worked on some pretty well-known projects. When did you start acting? And when you look back at your acting career, even though you're so young, it's been very long and robust and successful. What projects that you've worked on stand out to you?
Okay, so I started acting when I was 8 years old. I moved out to California from Massachusetts to pursue acting and dancing and singing. And in the beginning of the year, I worked on a show called Charmers, and I played Paris, the mean girl. And it's on Brat TV's, and that was like so much fun to work on. That was definitely probably one of my favorite roles because I got to learn so much about her because I was in every episode, so I got to like actually like learn more about the character. And then when I was younger, I was in an episode of Henry Danger, and that was definitely one of my favorite things because I love Henry Danger. Oh my god, Henry Danger so much. So that was so much fun to work on. But yeah.
And as an actress, singer, dancer, a model, as we mentioned, what is your favorite thing to do? If you could pick one of those things, what would it be? Or would that be too hard?
Okay, I feel like so out of singing, acting, modeling, and dancing, I feel I haven't danced in a while, so I think I'm gonna take that out. And then I still love dancing though. And then I love modeling. I actually did a photo shoot yesterday, but I would say definitely singing or acting. I'd go with singing though, because when I make my songs, I feel like I can actually put my own emotion into it. And then when I'm making music videos, I can do dancing and acting in those music videos. So it kind of combines it all.
I know you have a long career ahead of you. It's very exciting. What do you hope to be doing in 1, 2, even 5 years down the road?
I've always wanted to go on tour. I was in Kids Bop when I was 11, and I actually never got to go on tour because I was only in it for 6 months. And right as I went out of Kids Bop, they were going on tour. And then I went on tour to 2 spots before COVID hit, and then COVID hit, and then we weren't able to go to anywhere else, which was super upsetting. But I hope to be going on tour and making an album because I really want to make an album.
Oh, that is exciting. Looking forward to hearing more about that. So, Indi, how can we follow along with you? Actually, let's start with your music. How can we listen to your new songs?
You can, if you look up Indi Star or any of my song titles, which are exposed in Afterglow. You can look it on any music platform and you'll find my music. It's Indi Star. And then on my social medias, it's basically all Indi Star still.
Absolutely. You're all over social media, TikTok, Instagram, your YouTube channel, as you mentioned, really fun. And I think as people learn more about you, if they're not familiar with what you've done, they will definitely recognize you and recognize some of the projects you've been in. Indi, this has been so much fun talking with you today. Thank you so much for joining us from California. And please come back and let us know as your career gets bigger and bigger. We'd love to have you back on. I appreciate you being here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here.
All right, we will be right back with much, much more here on Mountain Connections right after this.